Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I have my Q&A part 2, but this time I'm going to be voiceovering over me painting this really cute Buzz and Woody nail set. I had so much fun making this set, but honestly it was really hard. So let's jump right into it. First things first, I'm using my enailcouture long tapered square nail tips. Or no, not tapered square, long sculptured square, I think. But they're not too sculpted. I have flat nail beds and I use these all the time for my personal nails, so they do work very well. And then I did cut them down a little bit so they're not so long. And then I am also going ahead and buffing them with my buffer, and I'm just making sure that they're buffed so that my base coat has something to stick to. So I want to make this one kind of like a little bit of a tutorial, but kind of still doing, the Q&A part, because it's so hard for me to kind of explain how I do characters. I'm not so good to the point like where I could explain everything I'm doing, because I honestly just go as I'm doing it. I don't really have like a set way that I do certain characters, and especially with Disney characters or Pixar, they're very hard to do. So yeah, I'm gonna start off because I had so many questions left from last time. That's why I really wanted to continue the Q&A part 2, even if a lot of people may not like the Q&A so much, just because I wanted to make sure that I answer at least everybody's questions. I had a lot of more questions that I didn't get to answer in the last video. And something else I wanted to say before we get into it is that I am sick. So I have a really annoying tickle in my throat. So if you guys hear me drinking water or something, that's the reason why. And then yeah, I think that's all I have to say so far. I'm just making sure that I have all my questions screenshotted in like so that I can answer them. So first things first, I'm going to be answering the ones that I got here on YouTube, because those were the main ones that I didn't really get to answer that much. So let's see. Someone said, okay, this is a really good question. So somebody asked me, they said, I have regular nail polishes that don't say gel, or that they are for a UV light. Would it still cure if I use that regular polish temporarily until I can afford gel? So yes, you can definitely use regular nail polish. Um, if you're having trouble finding brands, or you don't know where to get brands that are affordable, I would 100% recommend Beetles. They have the most affordable gel polishes. You can get a lot of gels for like under $15. So I feel like that's a really affordable price. And like for me, when I was barely beginning, I would try to use only regular nail polish as well, but I noticed that I couldn't do a lot of the same designs that you could do with gel. Because a lot of the designs nowadays, you need to be able to cure in between layers, and doing it with regular polish would obviously definitely work, but it would be very difficult for you to create designs. You could definitely do like one coat, or not one coat, like plain colored sets, and maybe some designs like rhinestones or things like that, or maybe like other types of designs. But as far as like painting any type of thing, it would be definitely very difficult, because I used to struggle a lot when I had regular nail polish. And I remember I didn't know a lot about brands back then, so the first brand that I ever bought was D&D, and those are like $5 per gel, and I feel like that's pretty pricey compared to Beetles. You can get Beetles for a super good price. I'm gonna go on Amazon right now and just try to search up a really affordable Beetles kit um that you can get, in case you were like unsure which one would work for you. So I just searched up Beetles gel polish kit, and yeah, there's some super affordable ones right here right off the bat. So the first one that I'm looking at right here is a Beetles kit that comes with the little UV lamp. It comes with a whole bunch of colors, and it comes with base coat, top coat, um and I think matte top coat as well. And it is less than $25, so you can get one with the UV lamp and everything for that price. This one is only $19, and it comes with a whole bunch of new gels, white and black as well. And then it comes with a base coat, top coat, and then it comes with all the tools, and it even comes with some really pretty gold foil. So that would be a really good kit, honestly. And then another thing, if you do have Amazon, I don't know if you do, but I think you could still order even if you don't have Amazon. And Beetles also has a website. Um they have a website as well where you can use discount codes, and I have a discount code with them. And I'm not telling you this just because I want you to purchase with my code. I don't get commission from the code, but it's just a code for to help you guys out. And I'll put that in the description box because I know not everybody has an Amazon subscription where you have to, you know how you have to pay every month to be able to use Amazon. So ordering directly from Beetles website would help a lot because you can use a discount code on top of it, whereas on Amazon you can't. So yeah, that's one thing that I would say about that. Let's move on to another question. So somebody said, I just started my press on business watching your videos. I am wanting to know what video editing software you use for YouTube or what's best for beginners. So that is a really good question, and thank you so much for watching my videos. The what I use is iMovie. So right now I'm editing on iMovie, but you could also use the YouTube Studio. YouTube Studio has an area where you can directly edit your videos from. I know a lot of people use some really other like expensive ones. I think there's one called Final Cut Pro that people pay for, but it's super expensive. I think like $100 a year or more, $200 a year. And I think that's the one that all the big YouTubers use, but I do not use that. I just use iMovie because it's free, and they also have iMovie on your phone, so you can actually edit from your phone as well. I've never done it because I already had a computer when I started my channel, so thankfully I was really lucky about that. But if you don't have a computer, do not worry because you can definitely edit on an iPad or on your phone. So yeah, that's what I use and I really like it. Someone said, what program do you use to create business cards, display cards? I use Canva. I have a video on how I made my size kit cards, and that is how I make anything that I need to make, as in business cards, size kit cards, anything like that. You can go on Canva. It is an app from on iPhone that I use. I don't know if they have it for other phones, but I have an iPhone and I use it, and it's really, really, really good. You can use like different fonts. You can make anything. You can upload your own pictures of your work to it and make little business cards and everything like that. I would totally recommend the app because I really, really like it. I've been using it for years and years now. Someone said, do you have any press on tip recommendations for stiletto or almond? So for almond, yes, I have some recommendations. I actually use enailcouture oval tips from yeah, I use enailcouture oval nail tips, and they are so good. They are the perfect almond shape. I just did my nails with them and I really, really love the way they look. But the main thing I was gonna say was that I actually I lost my train of thought, you guys, sorry. I recently found dupes for these nail tips on AliExpress. They look identical to the enailcouture ones, as in the shape and everything, the length, everything is identical. So it is only $4 for like a 500 pack, and I ordered them in bulk, so I ordered like 5 packs of them because they're really good. And if you don't want them to be so thin, because they're not too thin, they're like regular, but you could definitely pick up some base coat gel and then just put it like 1 to 2 coats, and they're super strong. I'm wearing them right now and they are so strong, like acrylic. I really, really, really love them. So yeah. Another question that I got, this is a very good juicy question, and this is a little sneak peek for something to come in the future. But someone asked me, have you ever considered coming out with your own gel line? And the answer is yes. I plan to come out with a whole brand. So yes, stay tuned for the year or next year to come. I'm really, really excited for that. Next question I got was, can you link your sugar glitter that you use the most? Also, what glue do you recommend for your press-ons? I see KDS glue has 2 types. How do I remove, clean, and reuse my press-on nails? So this is a very good question. The glitter that I use for all of my like sugar nails, I can definitely put in the description for you guys. I love this brand because it's super affordable and it comes with a lot of glitter. Like, you're not going to need a lot for a while, and it's super fine. I hate when the glitter is super chunky, or you try to buy one that's super fine and it's not. So I would recommend this one for you guys. I just can't remember the brand off the top of my head, but it is from Amazon, so I'll put it in the description box. And then, what kind of glue do you recommend for press-on nails? I use the Macart glue. It is an ultra strong one, and it is super strong. Like, I have it on my nails right now, and my nails are not going to go anywhere for at least like another 2 weeks. I can just feel it. Like, they're so stuck. I love this glue. KDS glue is good as well, but I noticed that The quality overall is better with this Macart glue. Just everything about it is just better. I noticed that with KDS sometimes you can buy it in bulk and some of them will be dried out. And then this Macart one, I've never had that issue before, and I also get the Macart one on Amazon as well. Someone said, or yeah, then she asked, how do I remove, clean, and reuse my press-on nails? So I'm gonna explain this kind of in depth so that you guys, in case you guys didn't know how to do it. So like for example, right now I have my press-on nails super stuck because I just put them on 2 days ago, and I put them on the proper way where I buffed out my nails, made sure I wiped them down with some acetone, and then I went in with glue underneath the actual press-on and also on top of my actual nail. So when I put them on, I made sure there was no air bubbles inside. Like I could kind of see through, and I could see that there's no air bubbles in there. So I know for sure that these nails are super stuck on. So do not put it on this way if you only want to wear your nails for like a few days, because if you want to wear them for a few days, I would recommend these sticky nail tabs that I found on Amazon. They are different to the ones that you normally see because they are, I don't know how to explain it, but they're just better. So I'm going to put them in the description box so you guys can try them out for yourself. But I love those sticky tabs. I had my nails on for I think 3 days last time with those, which to me is a long time because I've used sticky tabs before and they only stay on for like a day. But these tabs were actually pretty strong. So with those, all you need to do is just remove the sticky tab from the inside and your nails are still good and you could reuse them. But for example, like I said, mine are very stuck on. So do not put them on like this if you're planning to remove them right away. So right now, because my nails are really, really stuck on, I'm gonna plan to leave them on probably for the next week. Hopefully I can get them off before then because I need to create some content with my nails, which I didn't think that through when I put these on, honestly. So I'm kind of stressing about that, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some hot water, as hot as I can handle, in a bowl that can fit both of my hands, and then I'm going to put some oil in there. You can use any type of oil, liquid coconut oil works, jojoba oil, castor oil, any type of beauty oil that you may have. Just don't use like vegetable oil or anything like that, but like you can use any type of other oil. You're going to put it into the water, make sure it's super oily, and then you're also going to go ahead and get a some type of little floss pick. You're not going to rip the nails off, but just to help you lift them a little bit once you soak them for a while. And you're going to soak the nails for at least 20 to 30 minutes just so that the glue will start to lift out naturally because of the water, the hot water. But if you don't want to have to do all that work and you don't care about the nails getting damaged, like if you don't want to reuse them, you can just soak your nails in acetone. Just literally cut them down and soak them in pure acetone and they will lift off on their own. That's probably what I'm going to end up doing, honestly, just because I know I could redo these nails if I wanted to, but they're so cute that I wanted to reuse them, but I did damage them a little bit from working already. But yeah, just soak your nails in pure acetone if you don't care about the press-ons, and they will come off very easily. And then also make sure after you're done soaking your nails with any type of acetone or even soaking your nails in general, make sure you do apply cuticle oil to all of your nails to strengthen them back up and everything like that. So that is how I remove mine. Someone said, how do your press-ons not shrink after curing gel polish? Have you encountered this when you first started doing press-ons? I use Una Gela and about to switch to a Prey. I need to conquer shrinkage since most brands zero don't fit my thumb. So yes, the hard truth is that I have definitely experienced shrinkage. I am a solid like size 1, 1, 5, 4, 5, 8 in every single brand nail tip almost. I know brands sizing differs, but when I have to use a lot of layers, I have to go up to like a 0, 4, 3, 4, 8. I mean 7, because they shrink so much. So what I would recommend is to work in very thin layers. And another thing is, if you're having trouble with the nails shrinking on you, you might have really flat nail beds, like where they'll fit you for at first and then you realize that they don't. So just make sure to flatten your nail tips beforehand. I don't know how to explain this, but a lot of nail tips come super curved. Even if they're not curved tips, they will still come curved. So flatten them out with your finger, like put them up against your table and flatten them out. So that way when you make your nails, they won't shrink and become super curved, if that makes sense. I do that when I do my own nails because my nails are super flat. And that really helps me a lot. And another thing is, if you're going to do your own nails, glue on your tips first and then put on the gel, because for some reason when you do it that way, it just doesn't shrink like the same. I think it has the same, I think it makes sense because if you flatten them out first, it's kind of like you're flattening them out, putting them on your nails, so that helps a lot. I really hope that makes sense. I'm sorry, I don't know how to explain it that good, but it does happen, and I would just recommend to size up. And I know you mentioned that you most brands size zero do not fit your thumb. I would recommend trying out enailcouture XL square. Their thumb is super big. I think it's like what would be considered like a 300 or a quadruple zero. It's very big because I'm a zero thumb as well, and that one fits over my thumb a lot, like at least 4 millimeters longer than my normal thumb. So if you're having trouble with sizing, I would recommend that. If you like square shape, because you can just cut it down to whatever length you want. It's already a long length, I think, and then you can cut it down. And I also would recommend yeah, just using that, because I know I had one specific customer that would always use Una Gela tips, or would recommend, or would ask me to use Una Gela tips because they would say that the thumb fit them the best for that brand, and I had the other size tips that were already bigger and they liked those as well. So yeah, those ones do have a bigger thumb. I'm sorry, I know it's really sucks that brands don't make like bigger thumbs for different shapes, because it's literally so annoying. Like the size zero barely fits like a standard size thumb. Like it doesn't even mean that you have a big thumb, it just means that the tips for some reason come super small. Like I don't get it either. Because my thumb isn't really big, but a zero's already barely fits me. Like it like is like my exact size, barely on the dot. So yeah, we really need brands just need to come out with more types of sizing for almond, coffin, and different types of shapes, because it's so annoying. Um let's see. Someone said, I would like to know, well, she said, "You're so talented and I've learned so much from your videos. Thank you for sharing your content with us." Thank you so much for your nice comment. I really appreciate you. And then she said, "I would like to know how did you stay encouraged while building your platform and customers? I've given up so many times from being discouraged about not getting views or customers, but I absolutely love making press-ons and I want to be a successful business owner." So one thing right here, right off the bat, that I'm seeing is that you're saying you love doing it. So if you really love doing it, honestly, screw the views, screw the likes and everything. Keep posting, like keep posting no matter what. I can't stress this enough. Even if you're not getting any views, any likes, nobody's even looking at your stuff, keep posting, because I promise somebody will end up looking at it and more people will end up looking at it. All you need to do is be consistent. Like consistency is absolutely everything. Any person that you see doing good on Instagram, YouTube, or TikTok is because they post consistently. You will never see somebody that has only a few videos with so many followers unless they were already known, because you do not become known by posting only a little bit. You need to post a lot. So yeah, just keep posting. Keep posting your work. Post any new designs that you learn. As soon as you learn a new design, post it. Literally post it. Stay up to date with trends and anything you see trending on TikTok or Instagram. Because trust me, it's gonna make all the difference, and that's how you're gonna get customers. And I'm sorry if you guys are hearing snoring. My dog is sleeping in the background. But yeah, that's what I can say about that. Someone said, "I wanted to ask this forever ago, but I never thought you would reply. My question is, sometimes when I'm painting the nails, I get annoying little strings on the brush. I'm not sure, but I take it off, and then again and again, it just makes painting take forever because of the fuzzies. What am I doing wrong? I use lint-free wipes too." So I totally understand this. I was having this problem so freaking bad yesterday. I was painting, the Little Mermaid Ariel with nailsbydev on live, like not with her, but like she was on live and I was painting along, and I kept getting so many little pieces of lint on my nail. It was so freaking annoying. So the one thing that I'm gonna say is I feel like it honestly just depends. Like they come when your workspace is dusty, if your room is dusty, or if you're wearing some type of clothes that's a certain fluffy material, like not even super fluffy, but like just like any type of soft shirts, they have a lot of fuzzies on them. So I would recommend wearing just like a solid t-shirt when you're working, and that will help. And also keeping an air purifier in your room as well, and making sure to clean up your space, your desk, every time you're about to work. So every time you're about to work on nails, grab a little Lysol wipe or a baby wipe, any kind, and just wipe down all the surfaces near your work area, because that'll get rid of any lint or any dirt, or not dirt, lint and fuzzies that are just like around surfaces, around the surfaces that you're working near. And that'll really help you as well. And yeah, like I said, just try, if you have like a fan in your room, make sure you're keeping the dust off of it, anything like that, because all those annoying little fuzzies are going to be so detrimental to your work. Like, they will literally get in the way of everything, and I hate them. Like, I totally understand what you're talking about. They're so freaking annoying, honestly. I hate those little fuzzies. So yeah, that's what I would do. Um, someone said, "Hey Val, I enjoy your videos and of course also all the information you give us, but I would like to know if you use your own nails for special occasions or just as a job and income. I want to do my own nails, but I always get overwhelmed while I'm in the process and I'm not good at drawing, so that's also a pickle. Thanks for sharing your ideas and videos." Thank you so much for your nice comment. I love your comment. You're so sweet. But yes, I do my own nails for special occasions. I started off doing my own nails. That's the reason why I started nails in the first place, was because I would do my own nails. Just right now, you don't see me with nails in my videos a lot because it is very hard for me to get stuff done, to like, it's really hard for me to hold the brush when I have nails on. I'm not used to it at all. So once I start getting used to it more, you'll probably start seeing me with nails on again and again. But I do my nails for special occasions, and I do them for fun sometimes as well. But I do also just do it for YouTube. So it's just something I love to do. I've always loved to paint and stuff like that. And it's okay if you're not if you're not good at drawing. You will learn as you go. Um, yeah, you will learn as you go. There is a lot of people that do nails but still don't know how to draw like the super extravagant stuff. You don't have to know how to do that to do nails. Like, you can literally specialize. There is a niche for everybody. Like, if you want to do nails, you can have a certain type of nail art that you do, and you will become known for just that type of art. For example, nailsbydev, she's known for characters. That's what she is known for, and that is what she's really, really good at. There's other girls that specialize in only rhinestones, like only bling. So if you like rhinestones, I would totally recommend you try to specialize in only rhinestones, because there is so many people that love rhinestones and nail charms, and they're very easy to do for people that don't know how to draw. All you need to know is how to glue them down, and that's it. And it honestly would be like super amazing, because you would also get a lot of following, because it's something that a lot of people like, of all ages. And it's also very beautiful. You can do like different types of rhinestone designs. It doesn't have to be super, super glam like Cardi B style nails. You can make them super elegant, and people will definitely still follow you for that specific type of work that you know how to do, especially if your work is very consistent and you're always posting that similar type of style of nail art. So yeah, that's what I would recommend. So another question that I got, now I'm moving on to my questions from Instagram. Somebody said, what do people prefer for Val's sets? Simple pink and red or nail art? My answer is definitely nail art. I feel like when people come to my page on Instagram, they see all the different type of nail art that I know how to do, and they will definitely ask for nail art. I barely get a person that'll ask for like a plain color. Every few like months, if not even that. Like, it's very rare for people to ask me for plain colors. If anything, I get asked for plain French tips way more than I get asked for plain colors. So yeah, definitely nail art. And then someone said, and then she also, I think the same person said, do you have advice on using a rubber base gel or builder gel before polish for press-ons? So yes, I would definitely recommend using a rubber base gel. I would not recommend builder gel. You could totally do that. I feel like that'll definitely build your nails up super strong, but I feel like it's just harder to use, and I feel like using a rubber base gel would give you the exact same effect. And if I'm gonna be 1000% honest with you, you do not need either one. I only use Beetles base coat gel, and my nails are literally acrylic strong, like super, super, super strong. I'm not kidding when I tell you these are not even breakable. Like, they're definitely not breakable. And like I mentioned, I think I mentioned one time, The only way a nail would break if you're only using the Beetles base coat gel is if you only do like one coat of gel polish on top of the base coat, because the nails will not be thick enough. But because I always use a lot of sheer nude gels, and I have to use like 3 layers of that to get the payoff that I want, and then on top of that I still want to do other designs like a French or a marble or something like that, and then on top of that I still go in with a nice thick layer of base coat or of top coat, the nails end up being super strong. So you do not need either one, but if I was going to choose one, I would definitely choose rubber base gel. It's super nice and thick, and it makes your nails super strong. So that is what I use anytime I'm doing some super long extendo nails for anybody. I only have had someone ask me though for those like twice, or just like a handful of times, and every time I have to do the super long, like triple extra long or extendo nails, I always use a rubber base gel or a really thick gel, because you are definitely going to need it for those, because those will definitely probably break because of how long they are. Someone else said, help, medium size, ready, available press-ons, 14 tips. What tip size would you pick? So if I had to choose tip numbers for a medium size, I would recommend like a size 2, and this is going from thumb to pinky, a 2, 6, 5, 6, 8. 2, 6, 5, 6, 8. I think that is a pretty good medium, standard medium size. So yeah, I hope to answer the question. I'm not really 1000% sure what you meant by that. And then I got another question of someone asking, would you ever have your own brand of any nail related product? Yes, I definitely want to do something like that. Coming soon. Not too soon, but coming soon. So yeah. And then someone said, any products you recommend for a beginner nail tech? So yes, right off the top of my head, the main products I love is Beetles. The brand Beetles in general is amazing. I love all their gel polishes, their top coat, their base coat, even their nail tips are really good. Their full cover nail tips. And then something else that I really recommend is the brand Rargism on Amazon for any type of nude gel polishes if you want to like really pretty nude base colors for French tips. And then I'll recommend the Melody Susie Snow White gel polish for French tips if you want a really perfect white that's super nice and thick and it is one coat. That is definitely the one for you to go to. Someone said, how did you start getting sales for your press-ons? I've been trying for a while now. So, honestly, all you need to do is be consistent, super consistent. When I started doing press-ons, I did not have a normal job. So I had all the time to put into my business. I had all the time to make nails and do anything that I wanted to do. I was posting consistently on my stories, posting a lot on my feed, and basically doing everything I needed to do to just get my work put out there. And that is how I got a consistent clientele. So, yeah, that is all you need to do. And also make sure you're taking very good quality photos of your nails, and that'll also get you a lot of attention for your work. Someone said, how do you overcome feeling burnt out, or how do you get out of a creative rut? So this is honestly very common, and it happens to me a lot. I will feel burnt out often, and I will feel like I'm in a creative rut a lot of the time. So the way that I get out of feeling burnt out is I will decline sets that I've made so many times before. Like from now on, anytime I post a set, I'm going to be putting at the bottom, if I don't feel like or like I didn't word that right. If I make a set and I know right away that I don't want to have to remake it anymore, or if I've already made that set so many times, I am going to just delete that set from my feed or just remove it altogether, because there are some sets, I'm not kidding, I've made like 10 to 15 times already, because it is so known on my Instagram that I get asked for it so often. And when I make that a nail set that many times, it definitely makes me feel burnt out and makes me feel like I'm not doing what I love, because I'm just recreating the same thing over and over again, and it makes me feel like I'm like a machine or like a factory. Like, I don't know how to explain it. But I love just being creative and doing new things every single day. And every time I do nails, I like making different stuff, which I know it can be very hard, especially when someone wants to purchase from you. And if they want to purchase from you, like I know how hard it is to be able to have to say like, no, I don't want to make that, or because you know you may need the money, or even not even just needing the money, you may want to get that person as a new client or new customer. I totally understand how that feels. So what I would recommend you do is, if you don't want to make the nail set again, just say, I really have some new ideas for this nail set, is it okay if I switch a few things up? And if they just flat out say no, then I guess make the nail set, but just try not to make it again so you don't feel burnt out. But that is just what I would recommend. um Someone said, where do you get your nail tips from? So I get all of my nail tips from enailcouture. I also have been recently buying them from this one seller on AliExpress that I really like. That is the seller I mentioned earlier. I will be putting the tips that I'm wearing right now in the description box because I really like them. And Beetles as well. Beetles has really good nail tips as well. I really like them. Someone said, how do you determine what size nails to package for customers? So I don't determine it myself personally, but they do measure their nails with a measuring tape and a ruler. But a lot of the time, like literally 50% of the time, people will measure themselves incorrectly and their nails will end up being too small or something like that. Something I also wanted to say is that I always size up on my customers' nails if I know ahead of time that their nails are going to need a lot of coats of gel just based off of the design that they chose. If I know right away that their nails need a lot of coats, I'm going to size up without even telling them, because 90% of the time, 99% of the time, it's going to end up fitting them perfectly in the end. Because if you make it in their actual size that they gave you in millimeters and then you end up using so many coats, the nails will shrink. So yeah, definitely just size up if you need it a lot or if you use a lot of gel. And then for if you don't want to have to go the route of making people size their nails, I would recommend making it mandatory for people to try out a size kit first. But again, like I mentioned, the nails will still shrink, so keep that in mind. It is really, really annoying, but it's for the best. And if anything, you can tell them when they get their size kit to already go up one nail size, just because that'll help as well. Someone said, how long did it take for you to master perfect designs without having to correct yourself? So this is a good question because I still have not mastered so many designs. Like, I have to correct myself a lot of the time. Like, I always have a little cup or a little bit of alcohol on the side with some a little brush and some lint-free wipes in case I need to clean up any mistakes, because I actually clean up mistakes a lot of the time. I just cut it out of the video sometimes, so I feel like you guys don't get to see it that often, but I make mistakes a lot. For example, in this video, I know for sure I made a lot of mistakes, so if you're actually watching it, like watching me make it, I know for a fact you'll be able to see me correcting myself a lot. It is hard to do things 100% perfectly. For example, I don't know if I have really bad anxiety. I know, like, I'm not gonna self-diagnose because I know that's not good, like unless you're diagnosed by a doctor, but I am like almost 99% sure that I have really, really, really bad anxiety. I do not like talking to people. I get really nervous. I start sweating when I'm like in stores. I get really nervous for some reason when it's really, really busy. And I just start getting really, really like, I just start feeling anxiety. Like I can like feel it. Like, even though I've never been diagnosed, my heart will start beating really, really fast. I'll feel like I can't breathe. Like, oh, like I don't know how to explain it, but I know this doesn't really have anything to do with the question. I'm kind of rambling, but my point is that I shake a lot. Like, my hands will shake a lot when I'm working on nail sets, and about like most of the time I'm always shaking and I always make mistakes on my nails. So don't ever compare yourself or think that just because you're having to go back and clean things up or correct yourself that you're doing something wrong, because you're not. I'm pretty sure everybody has to clean up a lot of the time. Like, even when I watch nailsbydev and she has like the most perfect nail art ever, I see her correcting herself a lot throughout her lives. Not like so much, but like a lot more than I would have thought, because like we're human, you know, like sometimes you might feel like you might end up shaking a little bit, or you might make a mistake, or you might be distracted, or you might be thinking about something else that's going on in your life, and then you're distracted and you make a little bit of a mistake, or you move a line in the wrong way. Like, you know, like anything can happen, so it's just normal. And literally just practice and practice and practice. But either that, even with so much practice, like years and years, you're never going to be 1000% perfect. Because I would, if there's one thing I would say that I'm almost perfect on, is my French tips. But even with that, like, I can't even say that I don't make mistakes, because I definitely do. I just the other day had to clean up some French tips because they weren't coming out the way I wanted, and one of them was super curved. So yeah, don't even think about it too much, because we all like make mistakes. Someone said, you inspired me to start my press on business. Advice on things I should consider. So thank you so much for your comment. I'm so glad that I inspired you to start. Advice on things you should consider. So right off the bat, make sure that your policies are very well known. That is the one thing that I will say for anybody that is starting out. Be very transparent with people not wanting to follow policy or things like that. Before anybody even places their order, I resend my policy to them directly in my DM. Like, I will tell them again right off the bat, just so that they aren't questioning things later, or saying, oh, you never told me this, or I never saw that. They can't say that because I already sent it to them before they even placed their order. You know what I mean? So as soon as I get a message for an inquiry, I will send over my policies and everything like that. So that's what I do personally, and that's why I don't have too much issues with people. But yeah, that is like one biggest piece of advice I can give you. Also, the other advice that I mentioned in this video, like sizing up on nails when you know you're going to use a lot of gel, so that the nails don't end up fitting them too small. That is another big piece of advice that I can give. And another big piece of advice that I can give is that not all money is good money. Sometimes you will get weirdos, people that are super weird trying to order. This goes for like, if you don't have a website though, like me. Like, I don't have a website, so I can tell when people are being shady or weird. Don't trust everybody. Like, if someone messages you saying something weird or sketchy, just block them, honestly, or just delete their message. Like, you do not need the trouble. Trust me, like, you just do not. So if someone's giving me attitude, someone's being super disrespectful, or they expect that, or they're being super like entitled, I honestly will not take the order. Like, I do not care. I won't take the order. So yeah, that is like another piece of advice I can give you. Someone said, do you make people pay before making the set or before shipping? If so, how do you ask them? So this is a really good question. Before, when I first started doing press-ons, I never asked for payment up front. So this is the number one mistake you can make if you're trying to make press-ons, or if you're trying to do any type of service. Even if you want to do Gelx nails in person, even if you want to do acrylic in person, always make sure you get payment before you're completely done with the nails, you guys. I cannot stress this enough. So for press-ons, I ask for payment right away, as soon as they place the order, because I don't know these people. Like, I don't know the people that are ordering for me, and I know that sounds kind of bad, but like, it's the truth. Like, you never know people's intentions. People will leave you on red. Literally, first of all, 90% of the time I'll get messages and 90% of them will not answer. Out of 100 messages, maybe like 10 of them will actually order. So that is really frustrating, but that's why I say make sure you do not take orders if people are not paying you right away. All I say is, when somebody will ask, like, a lot of the time I'll get this question. People will be like, okay, how much is a deposit? Right away they assume that there's only a deposit, and no honey, there is not a deposit. Like, that is the first thing that I say, but I don't say it rude. I just say, unfortunately, I do not accept deposit. I accept full payment up front. As soon as you order, processing time is this long. As soon as your order is finished, you will be receiving a shipping confirmation email with your USPS tracking number for your package. So that is the way that I make them feel super comfortable with sending me payment up front. And then another thing that I think maybe somebody has asked me, I'm not sure, I have to go back and look, but I'm gonna just say this right now. Make sure you make a highlight on your Instagram where anybody has tagged you in the nails that you have sent them or them receiving their package, anything like that, because this will also get girls or anybody to trust you with placing their order with you. It is a really, really good way for them to trust sending you payment right away. And then yeah, so I hope that answered your question. And then um someone said, you encouraged me to start my press on business. I can't thank you enough. I've bumped into so many mean gatekeepers in the nail industry. You're truly a blessing. Thank you for everything you've put out. You taught me everything I know. So thank you so much for that super sweet comment. I hope you also have a prosperous year, and I hope you get blessed as well. When I hear these really sweet comments and feedback from you guys, it honestly just makes me want to continue doing what I'm doing. I also experienced a lot of gatekeepers, a lot of mean people in the industry as well. I'm going to be 100% honest. There's people that when I started, I looked up to and would ask them what products they used because they had like a big following compared to me. And now I am a bigger creator than they are. So that just goes to show that being mean, being nasty, being rude, or just ignoring people flat out or wanting to gatekeep stuff is not going to get you anywhere in life. Like, it's not going to get you any further than somebody that's asking for help. So I was the one asking for help at one point, and I'm bigger on Instagram or YouTube than those people are now. So that just goes to show, like, being kind and just being consistent and loving, truly loving what you do is going to get you further in life. And I'm just glad to be a good example for you guys, and I'm really glad that all of you that are looking up to me are you know, seeking guidance, and you can barely find it in this industry because it's so many girls that want to be against each other instead of continuing to be with each other, which is so freaking stupid. Like, girls should be like all for girls. That's why, like, a main thing that I always put on my little intro and outro, or my on my outro, is like uh woman for woman. Like, I am always all about helping a woman or any type of girl that is looking for help in any way. Like, I am never going to be rude or gatekeep or anything like that. Like, I hate that. So I am just not a mean girl. I'm definitely a girl's girl 1000%. So thank you so much for your comment. Someone said, what nail art pens are essentials? I think you might have met brushes, nail art brushes. But the brushes that I really love this one bundle from Amazon, and my biggest favorites are Nails by Dev's brushes. Her brushes are genuinely so good, and no, I'm not sponsored by her. I'm not an ambassador for her, nothing like that. I just genuinely love her stuff. So her brushes are super good, and she has bundles like the Dream Liner bundle. If you're looking for a really good brush set, definitely get that one because it's, I haven't even got it yet, but I just know it's good. I'm about to buy it when she drops her new stuff, I think this upcoming week. Um Someone said, how do I make my French tips even? I do them on stands, then I try it on, and it's always too deep. Oh my gosh, I struggle with this as well. I struggle with making my French tips super deep as well. I feel like it's just like a normal habit, and I don't know why our fingers just gravitate to do that. But I would recommend placing dots where you want your French tip lines to end and then following that. So place little dots like a little triangle and then connect them all. Or you can also do the A method for your French. It really helps a lot with making sure your French is not too deep. I have a video on how I do the A method here on my channel, and I've done it in a lot of videos where I did my French and some past videos as well. Is Valentino Beauty or D&D better? Is a long brush necessary for a good French? So I would definitely recommend Valentino because I really love their acrylic powders. Their nude acrylics are super good. I do not recommend D&D honestly for gel polish. I noticed that when I did use D&D, their gel polishes would be super watery, which is weird because that's the brand that they always use in nail salons. But for a really good gel brand that's still affordable, if not even more affordable than D&D, I would recommend Nail Reserve LA. Nail Reserve has super good quality products, and I think I have a code with them. I think it's either 50 or 60% off your order, and I genuinely love their stuff. If you're kind of iffy, just maybe order one or two, and trust me, you're gonna fall in love, and you're gonna realize how good their stuff is. Because I use all their gel polishes to hand paint my characters and everything, because that's how thick and pigmented they are. They're not super thick to where they're annoying to use, but they're so pigmented to the point where you don't even need like multiple coats, which is why I love them so much. And I genuinely just love their brand. Someone else said, sometimes the gel polish looks wrinkly when it comes out of the lamp. Any advice? So this could be because your lamp may be a really low wattage. Try to get a lamp with a really good wattage on it, and trust me, it might help. Another thing, if you've been using your lamp for a long time, or if your lamp is a little bit older, some of the bulbs may be out and you may not even realize it. This happened to me with my last lamp. I didn't even know that the bulbs go out. Like, I know that might be kind of dumb to say, but I honestly didn't realize that the bulbs will run out eventually. And I noticed that my gel polish started getting all wrinkly, and it was because my lamp was just getting really old. So I purchased a new one from Amazon. There's so many good lamps on Amazon that I would recommend. I will put some good ones in the description box that I think are good from Amazon so that you can maybe see those. And another thing, try to work with thin layers when you're using certain colors. The colors that definitely will wrinkle a lot of the time is black, white, and red, because those are the ones with the most pigmentation in them. So just work with thin layers when you're using those specific colors, and you shouldn't have any issues after that. Someone said how to build credibility and trust with people so they order even though you do not have a website. So this is the question I was looking for earlier. So this is what I meant by make sure you have highlights on your page where people show the work that they received from you. Like, for example, people receiving their package in the mail or wearing the nails that they ordered from you. As soon as you get a customer, even message them, say, hey, can you please send me a picture of you wearing your nails or something like that. Don't be shy to ask. Honestly, do not be shy. If you feel like you did a really good job on the nails and you want them to be known, post them on your highlights, because people will go back and look at that and they will definitely be like, oh, then this girl has good credibility. She has consistent clientele, like I could see here on her highlights on Instagram, so I'm gonna go ahead and place my order. That is what I feel like people do with me, because I have, I think, 4 full highlights of people that have received their nails and sent me nail pictures and stuff like that. Also, videos work too. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so sorry for the snoring. I really hope you guys can't hear that because my dog snores so loud. Someone said advice about if clients send inspo pics that you aren't sure if you can do as a beginner. Oh my gosh, this is a really good question. So I still to this day get pictures of nails and I'm like, I honestly don't know if I can do that. The most perfect example of this is this nail set I'm making right now in this video. I got an inspo picture for this set, and it is a really old photo. Like, I couldn't even find the creator anymore on Instagram, so I don't know if they still do nails or not, but I think it was a picture screenshotted from Pinterest, and I was like, I do not think I can paint that. Like, paint was woody and all that, and if you're a beginner, there is definitely certain nail designs that you're gonna see and you're gonna be like, I don't think there's any way I can do that. Like, I still struggle with that to this day. So what I say is, hi, I could definitely try that, try to do that for you. It is going to be my first time trying that out, but if I can't do it, would you be okay with me doing something else? Or would you be okay if I just went ahead and refunded you and you went with somebody else later? Like, some people may be iffy about that, but honestly, I would rather be 1000% transparent in the beginning rather than just taking the order and then giving them something that you know looks nothing like the inspo photo. You know what I mean? Because I would definitely recommend trying out different designs as well. Like, if you see a new trend arising and no one has asked you for the set yet, even if no one has asked you for that, try to do it. Like, for example, the freaking heart little magnet trend that's trending right now. I know you guys might know what I'm talking about. It's trending all over TikTok. I haven't tried to do it yet, and I haven't had anyone ask me for it yet, but I already bought the stupid freaking paper clips because I have a feeling somebody's gonna end up asking me for it, and I'm already gonna try it now so that I can already let people know if I can't do it. I'm gonna say no right away, but if I can do it, then at least I'll know that I know how. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm like scared to try that design out though because people are having a lot of trouble with it. So the next question I got is can you start sharing prices on your posts? So honestly, I wouldn't want to do that just because that could be bad for me later on. You know what I mean? Like, if I realize that I undercharged on a nail set and then I post a price and then later someone else wants me to do something similar, they're gonna be like, okay, but you did this one for this price, why are you charging me this much? You know what I mean? People can get very picky about the certain types of sets that you do, or if I do something that's similar in one way, like, let's say I do a nail design, right? Or a set of nails, and I charge this person $60 or $65. And then let's say I get later on down the road, like a month later, I get a customer that wants that exact same design, but she's like, okay, I want this, but can you add ombre underneath on every single nail? She's gonna think right away, because I know my customers or because I know clientele. I've been working with people for years and years and years. I know someone's gonna bound to be like, okay, but why are you charging me so much extra? Because normally for adding ombre on every nail, I would probably charge like $20 more. And she's probably gonna be like, why would you do that? Because you had charged this person only 65. Why are you charging me 75 or whatever? Then I'm gonna be like, because of the ombre on every nail, but she's still not going to understand that. You know what I mean? So that's why I wouldn't post prices on nails, but maybe I'll start sharing some prices here on YouTube of some of how much I would charge for some of the nail sets that I make here on my channel. If you would want me to do that, I can definitely do that, because I know it helps with other nail techs or other press on artists charging for their work as well. So like something that has something like that goes in hand with this that made it really interesting for me was when I was watching Nails by Dev's live yesterday. She said that that aerial that she painted, if you guys watch her stuff, you might know what I'm talking about, that she would charge 200 just for that nail alone. I think it took around a few hours, and I would totally agree with that because it was super difficult. So yeah, something like that just makes sense. But yeah, you guys, I'm pretty much done with the set here. I haven't filed, but this is the finished result. These characters were so difficult for me to do, honestly. I didn't think they were going to be this hard. Like, I knew they were going to be hard. Like, I have never painted this before, but I didn't know it was going to be as hard as it was. In total, this set took me around 4 to 5 hours, which I was not expecting. Woody and a Buzzer were definitely very hard to do because of their eyes. It's really hard to get them super perfect. But overall, I'm really proud of my work, and I really hope that the person likes it. If you guys liked this video, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and please don't forget to leave a like as well. I'm not sure about you guys, but I really love answering your questions, and I hope you guys like hearing my answers as well. I have way more videos coming, and I'm filming again today, so if you guys liked it, just please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!